and welcome back to Yummy J's channel. So today's video is going to be my tips and tricks on frontals, aka what they don't tell you about lace fronts. Yes, I'm gonna get into it. Disclaimer. This is my personal experiences with frontals, how I've dealt with frontals, what I've experienced with frontals. This is just my experiences, what advice I have to give you guys. So yeah, let's get right into the video. Okay, so the first thing that they do not tell you about frontals, I have a list here. I made sure so I don't forget anything because I don't want to forget anything because you guys need to know. So first thing, styling can take up a lot of time. When you are styling frontals, actually no, first, if you are not an expert on closures, I advise you not to get a frontal because frontals are so much work to get the baby hairs to look on point, to get everything to look nice. It just takes a lot of work, and if you're not willing to take the time out of your day to do that, especially the people that work, people that go to early morning classes, people that work early in the morning, or whatever time you work, if you are not willing to take the time to style your frontal so it can look nice, don't bother doing it because you're just gonna hate yourself. So don't do it. Yeah, just don't do it. It's just not for you. I'm Felipe. As you can see, my frontal. What frontal? Because like I'm on fleek, you know. My eyebrows are almost touching. My frontal is so cute to look like this, you know. I'm on fleek. It's nice to have my frontal all the way down here, you know. No! Stop wearing your frontal like this. This is something that they don't tell you. I would say people with small foreheads, it's a little bit difficult to wear frontals because it just doesn't look that nice. I'm so sorry to say it, but I personally feel with my experiences, I personally feel that people with big foreheads, frontals are like perfect for you. But people that have small foreheads or people that have hairlines that are close to their eyebrows, like it's very hard to manipulate the frontal to make it look natural. The whole purpose of a frontal is to make it look natural, like to make it look like your real hair. So for you to be wearing your frontal like this, it doesn't look that nice, to be very honest. But this is how some people enjoy wearing it. So my advice is, if you want to wear frontal by fire, you want to wear frontal, I would suggest you leaving some of your like hair, like baby hairs out, and try to blend it in with the frontal so you don't have to shift all the way up here and then it just doesn't look cute. It's not nice. So next thing that they don't tell you, or something that you may not know about frontals, is if you pluck too much in the front, if you're plucking the hairs to make the frontal look natural. If you pluck too much, you're gonna get a bald frontal. You're gonna get bald spots. It's not cute. It is not cute. I actually have 2 frontals, but I do make wigs, guys. So I do other customers' frontals. The first time I was plucking a frontal, I literally plucked to the point where I plucked a hole by accident. I don't know how, don't ask me. I just did it by accident and I plucked a hole. I didn't know what I did. It was by accident and I was just like, yeah, terrible. Is bleaching the knots / making the frontal look like your skin tone. For frontals, you usually need to bleach the knots unless the company has already bleached the knots for you, or the vendor you bought it from has already bleached the knots for you. Then you're good. But everyone's a different skin tone, so if you want to bleach the knots, bleach them so they can actually match your skin tone. But what I did, you don't have to bleach them, but what I did was I used foundation, that's my skin tone, and I basically placed it on the front of the closure, just I guess where you can see like the parting and everything, just so it can like blend in seamlessly with like your scalp tone or your skin tone or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, you can do that. So I place foundation all over the frontal, and then I put my powder, my setting powder, that's my skin tone obviously. and then I put that to set the foundation, and then that's how I got my part to look more like my actual scalp tone or skin tone. Next thing that they may not tell you about frontals is the glue builds up underneath that lace, boom boom. Underneath that lace, the build-up is disgusting. It's very messy. It's messy, like Messi the player. I'm kidding. I'm whack, I know. It's messy. Like, it's bad, guys. Like, once you take off your frontal and the residue that's left, especially when you use Got2b glue, I use the yellow one. Just know that there's residue once you take off your frontal. There might be residue on your actual, like, baby hairs that you want to do and stuff. It might not be that cute, but you can use water to take it off, especially with the Got2b glue to come off. I'm moving on to this Got2b glue because there's a lot. This Got2b glue, some people make very big mistakes with this thing. Next, something else that they don't tell you about frontals is the glue turns white if you put too much underneath or for the front part of the frontal, like your baby hairs. Let me tell you, the first time I did a frontal, I was like, yo, Got2b glue, it works perfect. I've watched so many videos on YouTube, it's gonna work nicely. Me, I took a blob, like, mind you, this thing is white. I took a blob of it and I slapped it on front and I tucked, and I was like, yes, this is gonna stay secure. It's gonna hold very well. Give it about 30 minutes, I just saw white. Like, the whole front of my hair was just white. It looked like I had dandruff. It did not look cute. And I was like, but wait, didn't I do it right? Like, what the heck? So for me, what I do, I use the Got2b glue. It's not a glue, it's a gel, by the way. This works nicely. I heard the black one works nicely too. It's not white. So I've used it once, so I can't really give you an accurate, I can't really give you accurate data or accurate info. Sorry, data. I said data. I can't really give you accurate info on this thing, on the black one. Sorry, but for this one, the glue does turn. I mean, the gel does turn white if you put too much. What else can I say about this one? Water, like I said before, water takes it off right away. But yeah, just be careful of it turning white. Do not use too much. But to secure my frontal, because I know some people don't like securing it, they just have the elastic band that secures it and then they just gel down the edges. But to secure the frontal so it doesn't come off, I use this, and I use the spritz from the beauty supply hair store just to like get a really firm hold, and then I place it, but I just don't use too much because it'll leave a white residue. A lot of people don't tell you this when they do tutorials for YouTube for frontals. They do not tell you that, but just don't use too much. So hold down my actual edges. Sometimes I don't even use this. I just use the Gorilla Snot to hold down my edges. As you guys can see, my baby hairs. Anyway, something else that they do not tell you. Oh, this one. Edges are not by force. Edges are not by force. Baby hairs are not by force. When you do frontals, you do not have to have baby hairs. You don't have to have baby hairs. There's a lot of frontals that you can buy, or they can purchase, that you can sew in, that you can make wigs that do not necessarily have to have baby hairs. Baby hairs, mind you, baby hairs do make your frontals look a little bit more natural, but you do not have to do baby hairs. They're not by force. Like, especially the baby hairs that look horrible. The ones that look like this. I'm gonna insert a picture right here. Those ones. The ones that come all the way, you brush it to the front, comes all the way down here, and you just swoop it once. It's not like a swoop. It's like they just take it and swoop it. That's not cute, guys. Stop doing that. Like, it's not cute. It's not. The next thing that don't tell you is that if you cut off too much lace, it'll start lifting near the ear. So my mistake that I've made through my experience is I cut off too much around the ear. I was like, yo, I think this is perfect. I'm gonna cut it off right here. And I cut it off and it like ended up all the way here. And I was like, So with that being said, measurements are important, guys. Measurements for frontals are so vital to making your frontal look A1. Because if you don't measure your ear to ear properly, if you don't measure the cap properly, and this is with any wigs, it's not just frontals. If you don't measure it properly, it just won't look nice. It won't fit properly. It might look too bulky up here. Like, it just doesn't look nice. So lastly, what they don't tell you about frontals, or my advice, my one-on-one advice for frontals. The tracks can show near the demarcation of the frontal and the weaves that you actually, like the tracks that you actually sew down. So here, when you sew down a frontal, or when you make a wig, this is a wig by the way, guys, there's a demarcation where there's the tracks, and then there's the demarcation where there's the frontal. So if you double the frontal, if you double the tracks up here, like, you might have a chance of it showing if somebody's taller than you, if somebody's looking above your head, and you don't want to do that. Even if it happens, you can always like take care and just cover it and just like do that, but you don't want to always have to do that. So I would suggest, when you get to the top of the hair, use one single strand, or even cut it if you have to, so you can get a flat surface. Those are my tips and tricks on frontals and what they may not necessarily tell you about frontals, and I hope this video helped you guys. If you guys do want to see a tutorial on how I gel down my edges, how I curl my hair, how I style it or whatever, just leave a comment down below. Make sure you leave comments down below. Make sure you like this video, and make sure you also put on your notifications so you can see whenever I upload a video. So thank you so much for watching, guys. See you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.